was actually at a party in Yorkshire, and someone had peed on a couch, you know, sort of urinated on a couch. And, you know, one of the parents said, "Who's done this?" And another person said, "Oh, that was R. Kelly." And that's how that whole thing started, I think. Weird. Anyway, so I got a slightly odd comment on a video. I did a video yesterday with Quad Cortex about how to achieve some of the plenty kind of tones. And someone said, "Oh, you didn't really appear to like the Quad Cortex." Maybe I'll just flash up the comment. "You didn't really like the Quad Cortex, so why are you doing videos with it? It's like all you've done since you've got it." Well, actually that's kind of not true for a couple of reasons. So basically, I've done a few videos with the Quad Cortex recently. In the last 30, I think I've done 4. You might not know, but I upload 2 videos every day, so mostly I'm not using the Quad Cortex. And then second of all, I never actually said that I don't really like it. I just did some comparisons with like an Axe FX3 where I gave kind of an honest opinion. So here's kind of my thoughts on this stuff. YouTube for me, and if you're like reviewing modelers and stuff like that, or talking about modelers, for me, what I wanted to do was present kind of just an honest kind of take on it, and nothing really too opinion based. So I'll present like the features side by side, but I'm not particularly interested in telling you which you should get. It doesn't really matter to me at all. You can get a Quad Cortex if you want, you can get an Axe FX3 if you want, or you can get an Axe 8 if you want. I happen to have all of those because I'm just a bit of a person who's interested in modelers. The reason that I bought the Quad Cortex was because I saw all the advertising for it, like you probably did, back when it came out, and the buzz around it at NAMM. And I thought, that looks interesting, and it looks like they're making some bold claims. I think I'm naturally a little bit of a skeptic, so I got one. And it kind of met my expectations in terms of, I thought they made some bold claims which maybe they wouldn't necessarily achieve. I thought it would probably be able to make some decent tones, and I think it definitely can, and that's why I keep it around to do some stuff. But it's not my favourite modeler, and when it comes to actually doing gigs, I'm not necessarily going to use this at the moment. The reason for keeping it around, I guess, is that in the future there are going to be updates, and what I tried to do on the channel is kind of present a few kind of solutions or whatever. I first started doing this with the Strymon Iridium, just to give a little bit of history. Where people were asking sort of questions around it, and I tried to answer those in a video form. So like people asked, what is the boot time for a Quad Cortex? So I made a video just demonstrating that. They asked, what's the power supply like? So I made a video about that. They asked, how close are these buttons together? So I did stuff on that. They asked, can it do the plugins yet, or whatever? All these kind of questions, or how does the capturing compare to the Kemper? So I've done a little bit on that. I don't want to go too down the rabbit hole of doing loads of comparison videos like sound by sound, because I think those are very difficult to do well anyway. But we can talk about features and stuff like that if you want to. But my main interest is just playing guitar. So when I sit down and make a couple of videos a day, I'm just grabbing a piece of gear that inspires me, or that I want to do a video about, or that I've seen someone ask a question about, and then I just make a video. There's not really much to it other than that. And so, yeah. Is it decent? Yeah. Does it have limitations? Yes. Could it be better in the future? Yes. That's kind of why I bought it, to be on that roller coaster from the start and try and answer some of these questions honestly and at arm's length from anyone who might be paying for videos and stuff like that. You know, there's some things that other demoers at the very start of the thing didn't show you, you know, like potentially that how close these things are together, or they didn't flag those up as potentially something that you want to be aware of, or the boot time, or the power supply, or not necessarily being able to run loads of reverbs in series if that was what you were interested in. So those are the kinds of gaps that I've filled, not in that kind of way. Anyway, so it's not like some grand conspiracy whatever, and I've not actually said anywhere, I don't think, that I don't like it. I think it's got its plus points, and I think it can sound pretty good, so that's why I use it in a video, and I think some people want to hear how it sounds in context, so that's kind of what I do. Hopefully that's cleared that up a bit. You could subscribe if you want, but that's basically what you get on this channel. There's a knock on the door. So yeah, anyway, that's the stuff that's on the channel. On Mondays, I do kind of a lesson on some sort of lick or something that I'm practicing. Fridays, I generally do a chord video. And then throughout the week, it's just stuff which I think hopefully one or two people might find interesting. So if you've got questions about stuff that you've not seen anyone doing with the Quad Cortex yet, then feel free to leave a comment. And that's literally probably where I get my ideas for what to do with the Quad Cortex from. It's kind of led by people asking questions about it and stuff. Yeah. Cheers then.